Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Brooke with Bee's Budgets. This video is going to be a cash stuffing of my expenses, sinking funds, and savings challenges. I'll also consolidate any bills that I can. So if this sounds interesting to you, let's get into it. Hi guys, how's everybody's week been? So I am going to just get right into this. We're gonna start with counting. Got everything mumbled jumbled here. Let me get all my budget papers up here. I need to take this sweatshirt off. It's warm in my room with these lights on. You get trying to get everything set up and it's like at first you're fine and then when you get all done you're like, whew, it's a little warm. These are just my savings challenge envelopes here. I'm gonna try out this new money tray situation. I have my other one which was the acrylic one, and it had the slots in it, but it's actually made for makeup palettes, and so the money just kind of stands straight up, and when you film from overhead like this, then it like you can't see the bill. So I didn't like how that looked, so I'm gonna try this setup and we'll see how it is from here. So get our money from our bank out. I did pull out some extra hundreds and 20s, hoping that I can consolidate some of my bills in envelopes. I didn't really go through them and put a detailed list, so I just grabbed some extra, so we'll just see where we're at. Since I'm pretty much all my rollover money that I used to do, I'm pretty much throwing that in the new strike envelope, so it doesn't matter anyway. So if I have extra, I'll probably just throw it in there and we'll see where we're at. So let's start with counting our money from the bank. We have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1,000, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So 1,100 from the bank, and we'll get that in our tray. So this little tray, I just made it myself. They do sell them as sunglasses cases on Amazon, and they're about $25. And I'm like, well, they sell these little jewelry boxes at the dollar store. So I'm just gonna tape together these jewelry boxes, see if I like this setup, and if I do, then I'll purchase one. Because they also have like bamboo wood ones, clear acrylic, white ones, black ones, gray ones. So I'm like, I don't really know what I want yet for my video and how the lighting bounces off of it and whatnot. So I figured I'd play around with this first and then decide which one I want so that I don't regret my decision later on. So we are going to go ahead and get into our, let's unstuff if we have anything left in here. So we had quite a busy week. Groceries, I actually spent over my grocery budget, so I had to dig into a couple more of my envelopes in here. However, I didn't go over money-wise of what was in here, so I didn't go too crazy. So grocery doesn't have anything left. I did have to pull $5 out of Eat Out towards the grocery bill. I did spend a little bit in house, and house is a rollover envelope, so that will get set up here. I put an extra little, you can see here, I put one extra little slot, and that's where I'm gonna put my rollover envelopes. And that way I can kind of keep that off camera, so I have a little bit more room to move here. So house has 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, $16 left in it. for its rollover. So I'll set that up there. And then miscellaneous, I had to take the $20 out of that. And then Liam spent his money at a carnival thing. And then I had to take some of my money out of here. But like I said, that covered all of the groceries. So the little bit that I went over. So $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 left in my envelope. And this is also a rollover envelope. So I'll place that back here too. We'll go from there. Yeah, Liam had a little carnival thing at the school, and they had some like prize gifts and stuff there, so he wanted to use his money to buy some stuff. So, and then we'll take our change out of here. Usually I start with this, but I'm a little out of the routine since I took that, what was it, probably I think it was 2 months I took a break from the videos, not from budgeting and saving, but you know what I mean. And we will put money in here. I don't know why I just grabbed that whole thing and had it in my hand. Now my hands are gross. Hold on, I'm gonna sanitize my hands real quick. Okay, I know that money is gross, but there's something about the smell of change, that copper smell, I can't stand it. So, like I said before, I did go over in grocery. I think what it was, I think it was like a total of $45 that I went over. Something close to that. But that doesn't matter. I understand that grocery prices have gone up, so I'm not sure if that was what the contributor was, or we just bought extra groceries this week than normal. I don't know. But on this budget, if I go over this again, I am going to up this budget to just kind of counteract the inflation and everything. So we have to eat. So that's not really something that I'm willing to cut down any further. So we're gonna put $2.50 in food, and I'm gonna put my little copper bar to hold that down. I only do one $100 bill, because sometimes I get groceries at, like some of my groceries at Walmart and then get the rest at Fairway. I don't know if you have Fairways where you guys live, but they don't like to take $100 bills. So anyway, so 100, then we're gonna do 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, and 50 to give our $2.50. And on this channel, I do not do $50 bills. They're not allowed because math. And I can't count them. And so if I can eliminate a challenge from my life that causes me stress, I'm gonna do it. Why not? Eat out, we're gonna do $70. So, I don't know if you can see this. If I push it, it's gonna be too far off the camera. That's not too bad. That looks okay, right? Why's this thing all crooked? It's funny because I put my camera like perfectly straight, what it should look, but when it films, for some reason, it's always like tilted like just this much. But the camera is perfectly straight. I don't know, it's weird. Is it a phenomenon with filming? I don't know. So eat out's gonna get 20, 40, 60, and 70. Which we didn't do too bad on this envelope this week. I just borrowed the money for my groceries, but I want to say we had to borrow $10 out of it, which is really good for us because this envelope is usually the one we use the most, and then I have to borrow from my own envelope for the extra. So we did pretty good on that. And then house is going to get $20, and then we'll have the rollover from what was in our envelope before. So now we have 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 36. And the house one is just for like toiletries, like if somebody needs toothpaste, anything for the house that I don't necessarily want part of my grocery bill. Because I noticed on the weeks that I had to get extra house items. It was taking so much out of my grocery bill that I'm like, well, I still need to eat. So anyway, so I just created a whole separate envelope to try to counteract that happening, because it's like, you know, like how often do you need to get toothpaste? How often do you need to get deodorant, shampoo, conditioner? Not very often, but when you do, you have to be able to buy those things, and you know, so whatever. I'm sorry, I'm rambly today. Miscellaneous is getting 20, and I didn't use this last time. I borrowed it for the groceries. But I don't always need miscellaneous. Usually miscellaneous, honestly, is to be there as a buffer for any of the other envelopes that I run out of too soon. Liam will also be getting his normal $20. I was surprised he actually spent his money. As you'll see when we get into the savings challenge envelopes, my son does have his own envelope, and that is just, he has his savings envelope that we do our sinking fund for, but he also has an envelope that is just his spending money that he just hasn't spent, and it's just too much to keep in here. So anything that gets over $100 in here gets rolled over to that envelope. And then me, I get $20 as well, and then I will put what I had left in my envelope after I robbed it from the groceries, but that's okay. I didn't have to go into my account at all, so it did its job. Extra is just like receipts or anything I want to throw in there for whatever reason. So that is all of our cash envelopes finished. So we will just roll on over to sinking funds. And let's see. Okay, I'm gonna tilt it with the camera, but if you could see it in person, it's literally sideways. Makes no sense. Okay, so let's start with just wanna make sure we have room here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna push all of these here. It's just a little of adjusting and getting used to the new setup here, guys. So hopefully this isn't too annoying for anybody to be a part of. Join me on my adventure of getting everything set up again. So I'm gonna put my little copper thing in here to hold that down. So we're gonna start with tags, and tags is getting a $5. And my trackers in here are all already updated, which is what I try to do, just so if I miscount or I think something's wrong, I just look at that real quick instead of having to recount everything. And because when you do these videos, you'll notice you mess up a lot of stuff because you're trying to talk and explain it and not paying attention to everything that you would if you were just doing it really quick to yourself. So tags now has 20, 45. Pool will be getting $5, and this is just for our supplies to open our pool and keep the chemicals good. So we have 20, 30, 40, and 50. Do I want to change that out for 20? See, the other issue is that I don't know if I have enough I don't know how many 20s extra I got. Oh well, let's just change it out and we'll see where we're at. If I run out of 20s, I run out of 20s, right? I kind of did that backwards. Okay, so 20, 40, and 50 for the pool. See, I think most people when they consolidate bills, they have it kind of planned out so that they know that and they usually do it in their own separate video, so that it's not getting confusing with also having to stuff their budget for that week. But I'd like to do things complicated. New car will not be getting anything, but I do want to count it and see where I'm at. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. I'm just gonna leave those bills in there. And maybe later, if I have extra, maybe later I'll come back and put some 20s in there, but it's not hurting nothing. So some of these I'm not stuffing because I started a new fund, if you didn't watch my last video, because I work at a union ran shop. And so our contract is up this month. And so I just started stashing any extra cash. I have that put away into what we called a strike fund. We do have our emergency fund in our bank account that is separate to my emergency fund envelope here. So I do have some savings tucked away, but like I said, I just wanted to be, it's better to be extra cautious and have too much or have extra money, but then to not be cautious and not have money, and then you go on strike and then you're trying to figure out how to pay bills. So that's what we're doing. Deck will be getting $5. And then Deck now has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 25, 125. Let's see how many hundreds I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know I'm gonna need some there. Let's go ahead and change these out. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, then 10 and 20, so 125. Renovations is getting nothing this week, but I will count it and see where I am at. 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. Basically, I just have it kind of set up in my head that I know the envelopes that I have not, or that I didn't stuff this week, I'm going to, if I have extra 20s or whatever, then I'll go back and do those. If I have extra left. Okay, clothing is getting 10. So 20, 35 is in clothing. It's kind of hard to guess how much or how many bills you'll need to consolidate. And my bank that I've been with since I was 18, and I love them to death, and I have this problem with loyalty, and I can't switch it up ever in my life. So I'm now 35 years old and still banking at the same bank of a town that I don't live in and is about 30-minute drive for me. Why? Because I can't, I don't like change. So I try to do the least amount of bank runs as possible. So I kind of guesstimated what I would need for hundreds and 20s. I didn't want to go too much because I didn't want to have a bunch of extra left over and then sitting here. And so, yeah, that's where we're at. Christmas is now getting restarted, and Christmas is getting 20. So 30. We'll probably start beefing that one back up, just so I don't have to stress about it towards the end of the year. Gifts will be getting 10. Same thing with gifts. So gifts now has 15. We don't have too many gifts that we have to purchase out of the gifts envelope, but they do kind of come all in the same 2 months. And so we need to start beefing that up, which is towards the end of the year too. So car maintenance is gonna get 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80. Liam's savings is getting 50. And this is not his only savings, this is just an added 2. So 20, 40, getting close to being out of 20s already. Oh no, I only have 2 left. So Liam's savings now has 100, 200, 300, 400, 20, 40, 60, 70. So 470. Apparently I needed more 20s than I thought. Oh, consolidating is so difficult. House. I mean, I guess it's not. I guess if you sit down and actually figure it out, it's not hard. It's when you're lazy like me, it's difficult. So this is for a house payoff, and so this won't be getting any this time. So 20, 40, 65 is what I have in there. I just like to have accurate counts on my sinking funds on the last time. So if any bills come up or anything, I just pull out this one sheet. I know exactly what's sitting in my envelope and I go from there instead of having to search around. So emergencies, this is our emergency fund. It's not our only, it's an added to, and there are some fake bills in here that we have in our account accounted for. So 100, 200, 300, this is play money. And so those 100s are sitting in the savings account, and it has a little notation on it for allocated towards that. So 20, 40, 60, 80. Oh, this one's getting 50. So 20, 40, 20, 40, and 50. And then I think I can get some of these 20s out of here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So I get 5 back. 20. Yeah, we're not going to change that out. Like I said before, we're running out of 20s. And then if we run out of hundreds too much, we might come back and put in some fake $100 bills for emergencies. Oh, and Liam's savings doesn't have any fake bills in it. It probably needs it. Oh, I didn't even write. See, this is why I do my trackers ahead of time. I didn't write it down, completely forgot what I had in there. I have 440. So my tracker's up to date. Oh, I probably didn't even count it for you guys, did I? 100, 200, 300, 400, 20, 30, 40. Okay, and then house cash is just literally cash that sits in our house, has no rhyme or reason. So that one is getting 20, or that one is getting, yes, that one's getting 20. So 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. What is left in there? So I might do some play money. I don't know. Let's see where we're at. Let's just keep a notation that Liam's savings has 4 $100 bills in it, and emergency fund has 1 $100 bill in it that probably need to go out and go into the bank. I don't like keeping that many $100 bills in there. But let's keep it moving. See, and this is another thing. I got this copper bar to weigh down because I thought it was cute for a budget video, but also to weigh down the because these envelope or these binders, they like to close. That's what they're meant to do. So I got this to weigh it down. Problem is I keep forgetting to take it out every time I'm done. Okay, so health, and it's pretty heavy. I mean, it's pretty heavy. Health gets $10. And that leaves health with 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100 exactly. Oh, let's go ahead and do it. Just afraid I'm gonna need those $100 bills. Okay, vision is 5, only because we're putting anything that's left over, I put in that strike envelope, and it just, oh my gosh. I had to go back to the bank because last budget, I had almost $300 in 5s and 10s and obviously I can't put that in an envelope. It was like busting out the seam, so I had to take it to the bank to change those out for hundreds. Okay, so Vision is gonna get 5. This is for LASIK for my boyfriend. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60, 80, 95. Do I wanna change that out? Better. No, I better not. That was 195, right? 20, 40, 60, 80, 20, 40, 60, 80, 95. Yeah, 195. Okay. Miscellaneous is getting 10. This envelope used to be called personal in my, so that one has 40 now. It used to be called personal, but when I printed out the Cricut, I didn't want to print out personal, and I liked the way miscellaneous looks, so they mean the same thing. I'm trying to teach myself to draw my 4s different. Draw them like this instead of the other way. Because at work we have to use these big fat magic markers to write on the coils and write on the metal that we have. And the way that I write is so big and kind of chunky letters is how I write. Same thing with my numbers. And so my 4, whenever I do the, I do the cross like this to write the 4, it looks like a 9 almost every single time. So I'm like, I need to start writing my 4s like this so that it's legible. Taxes are not getting anything. Taxes are done and over with. I'm not sure if I'm going to stuff that again because I shouldn't have to pay taxes this year. I think we've got it kind of narrowed down. Ace gets $5, which gives him now $10. That's our dog. I think we got that narrowed down to where we shouldn't owe. Unless I sell some of my stocks or something like that, I probably won't add anything to taxes. Vacation will be getting 5. So vacation is now 20, 40, 60, 65, 70. And then budget, just for all this stuff, gets $5. I think I'm gonna have to buy some more ink for my printer soon, so that's probably what I'll be using this for. 45. All right, so that is all our sinking funds, which now just leaves savings challenges left. See, I left that copper bar thing in there. Okay, so this thing is actually like really heavy. You think when I picked that up and I'm like, ooh, that's heavy, my brain would say, ma'am, you forgot something. Nope. So our savings challenges that we are doing, I have them in this like cute little thing I bought off of Amazon. Folder thing. I have not made the labels for it yet. I think I said last time that I was gonna make the labels last video. Well, guess what? Still hasn't happened. Well, welcome to my life. So we have Saveopoly. We have the rainy day fund and a $20 tracker. And of course I forgot to grab the $20 jar. Just give me just a second here. Sorry for my scoot. And so this is just, if you didn't see my last video, I had made this jar a long time ago. And look, I made it with all dollar store stuff, so every video there's probably gonna be something that falls off of this. So look, don't judge me. So anyway, and it's acrylic, just canister. You see that? And you can't open it other than to saw it open. So I thought it would be fun to just tuck whatever extra money I have. And then I started, putting change and everything in there. And then I was like, no, I'm not doing change. It's too loud. It's going to get too heavy. It sits up on my little thing. But then I started all this budgeting stuff, and now I keep my change in that mason jar. So now, long story short, I'm just going to put $20 bills in here. And whatever it is, it is. So if I put 1, I put 2, whatever. I'm just going to stuff this, and I'm just never, like I said, it's sat up on my shelf for like almost a year now. And I've never paid attention to it. I see it, like a glimpse of it every once in a great while when I'm walking by it. So I'm like, why not just put a little bit in there and just keep forgetting about it? And then when that thing is all the way filled, it'll be fun to saw it open. Count all those 20s out there. So how was everybody's week? This has actually been, I'm on my weekend right now, but this has actually been the first weekend. I work every other weekend, so this is my weekend off, obviously. And this has actually been the first weekend that my son has not went to one of his grandma's houses to stay the weekend. So we got to go to a fair at his school. They called it like family fun night. It's nice. It's been a nice weekend. I've been enjoying it. Rainy day savings, I said I would put $60 in that. So 20, 40, 60 will go in that. I don't think I'm gonna count this. I think I'm just gonna keep going, keep trucking along with it. And this is just literally whatever I want to throw in there. Whenever I'm filling out my budget, I just come up with a number for no rhyme or reason, of course. How I like to roll. Complete chaos. No rhyme or reason. And I did write what I put in here the last time, but I think I'm gonna leave it blank and just let it be a mystery. I think it'd be kind of fun. And then next is Save-Opoly. And I rolled, and this is where I landed, was $24. So Save-Opoly will get 24. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got my tracker to my envelopes backwards here, and I probably have to redo that or move the envelopes. And again, with Save-Opoly, I don't usually count what's in the envelope, I just keep going. So that's Save-Opoly, rainy day, and then now my strike envelope. So this is what would have been, and then this is that Lamb's envelope. This is all his extra spending money that he never used out of his other envelope, and I don't want to carry my wallet. So for strike, I wrote down, can you guys see this? Yeah, I think you can. Okay, let me put all this stuff away so we can talk. And it's not distracting. Save-Opoly, $20 tracker, and rainy day. All in their little slots. Snap it there. Okay, so for strike, so I used to do a rollover, and that was basically what it said. Any money that was kind of left over that I pulled out, I did pretty good at keeping it kind of honed in as far as my budget. When I write it out, I kind of know what I need as far as 5s, 10s, and 20s to go to the bank and ask the teller to get out. But I'd have a rollover folder that I could then use for rollover, because I have, at the beginning of the month is the majority of all my bills. Probably 80% of my bills that I pay all come out in the first 2 weeks of the month. And then at the end of the month, it's very little bills. So my budget is going to be different for both. So I would have that rollover to kind of counteract that first 2 weeks of the month for the large amount of bills. I know I'm explaining this. I'm sure all of you guys know what a rollover is, but just in case you didn't, that's what most people use a rollover for. Other people, I mean, everybody does their own way of whatever. Do your budget how it works for you in your life to make it more simple. That's the whole point, and to help you save better. So since we may go on strike and both of us work at the same place, me and my boyfriend, I know my boyfriend isn't a part of my everyday budget. However, he does have some bills that he takes care of. And then, anyway, it doesn't matter. So we both work at the same place. So if both of us go on strike, it's not good. There'd be zero income coming into our home. So I just wanted to stash a little bit extra away for the just in case. And then I'll decide after that what I want to do with it. Like I said, we do have an emergency fund, and it's not yet 6 months worth of expenses, but we were working on getting to our 6 months. And so I may just, if we do not go on strike, I may just take whatever is in the strike envelope and just throw it in there, and it should take us to our 6 month expenses. And so then that way, everything extra that I have envelope wise is just going to be an extra, you know, so it never hurts to have more money than you need. So anyway, that was a long-winded explanation. I just kind of guesstimated what I may have left over, which was $400. So we'll see. So let's count all this up. It's the only thing I hate about these rollover is they're all these like little bills. And then it like fills up the envelope and makes it bulky. But it is what it is. We're not going to complain. We're having a great day. We're going to keep it that way. All my beads and stuff falling off my $20 piggy bank thing. So we have 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300. Oh my gosh, did I count that right? 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, sorry. So 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 61. So 361. 10, 20, 30, 40, 55, 61. Okay. The one is going to go in the ones bank. I'm not going to put a $1 bill in there. This is just literally where I've collected. It's like this thing that I have, and I just collect any ones that I have extra, and it's out of control. I think last time I counted it was like 125 ones that were in there. It's out of control. I know it, but it's my little collection that I've always had. So 360. So 360. Okay. So that was pretty close. I guessed 400. I'm not mad about that. So 360. Let me find my purple so we can keep our pins right. Yeah, that was pretty close. I'm not mad. Don't hate that idea. Okay, so let's consolidate it with what we had from last budget. And then I did that all crazy. This 10 right here, I swear has haunted me. I swear this $10 bill was like at the beginning of my budget, and somehow it has just migrated through everything. I think this 10 has been in almost every envelope in my budget. And I think I have to keep it forever now. So like if it ever goes into a back to bank pile, I'm gonna have to take it out and replace it with a different 10, because now it just makes me smile when I see it, because it reminds me of the beginning of my budget journey. I know I haven't been doing it that long, but still, I still think it's kind of funny that it's stuck around forever. Okay, that's not too bulky. This should be all right. Make sure all these heads are facing the right way. I don't want people screaming at me in the comment section. See, me, it's only the, like, facing the correct side, like not that side, but this side is all that matters to me. But other people, it really triggers them if you don't have these straight. So, and I always count them backwards so that when I pick it up, then they're how I like to put in the envelope. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 700, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 95. Oh, it's so close. So almost, so 795. So close, but that's good. That's really good. So just for 2 budgets, we've already gotten 795. I only started this envelope last budget when I came back, so that's not bad. I don't have a tracker for any of this. I just kind of run with the flow. I'm gonna count it one more time, just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 700, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95. Okay. And plus I kind of wanted the bills to go the other direction. I like the smallest bills facing in the front. I know a lot of people are usually the opposite. They like to see the hundreds and the 20s and the big bills, but I was just always taught when I was a kid, you always put your smallest bills to the front. So it's kind of just been a habit and as I explained before, I don't like change. So that's what we're getting. So $7.95 in strike. So I'm actually going to write that down here. I put $7.95. Just so I kind of know where I'm at, because this is not a mystery. It's kind of just there for if we go on strike, we're not gonna be, there'd be no anxiety freaking out about it. So we know we'll be covered for a little while, which we would have been with our emergency fund that's in our account anyway, but it's like you don't want to touch that. I understand it's there for problems like that, but it's like if you can avoid it, I will do everything in my power to avoid it. So that is the end of all of our stuffing. So I just want to say thank you so much for all the kind comments. This community is truly a blessing to be a part of. I mean, it's probably some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Everybody is here helping everyone to reach their goals and just so kind. Like all of you are just so kind. And I'm so happy that I'm a part of this. So I just wanted to say thank you. And that's really all I have for you. If you enjoyed the video, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week. See ya!